Okay, so if you would please state your name, your age, where you're from, and what you do.
My name is Steve Perry. I am 42 years old, and I'm from Quechee, Vermont, and I'm a condominium community manager.
Okay, and Steve, why was it that you decided to start training?
I was in a car accident about a year ago, and I suffered a compression fracture in my L2 vertebrae. And subsequently, pretty much everything I do since then has been very painful. I wasn't prescribed any physical therapy as part of my recovery, so I took it upon myself to come here and engage the services of a personal trainer and see what I could do to try to make my life a little less painful.
So now, did it surprise you that you weren't given any physical therapy following that accident and the diagnosis you got?
It did. It seemed to me that something as pretty severe as the injury I sustained, that there would be a certain amount of recovery time and it seemed to me that some sort of structured regimen would be the right way to go about it. But all the professionals I saw at the time thought otherwise and didn't recommend it.
Okay, so now how did your back do between when you saw them and when you decided to come to the gym? Did you feel like it was getting any better, or was it just lingering, or what was going on?
I got past the actual, once the bone healing completed, it was just a tremendous level of soreness regardless of what I did, whether I stood too long or sat too long or drove in a car for too long or moved around too long, and it seemed like it was all encompassing, just a tremendous amount of pain. And a lot of recovery after any kind of activity. A lot of recovery would really take a long time, and there'd be a lot of pain involved.
Okay, and did they recommend that you exercise? Did they recommend that you get into a gym? They just told you to just hang out?
Nope. Yeah, it just told me to just go about my day-to-day business, the way I used to, and it just over time didn't seem to be getting any better. And it just seemed kind of an odd diagnosis to me to not see any kind of professional help, to get me back to where I should be.
Okay, so then you decided to reach out to me as a trainer, and we started putting you into the assessment process and into some corrective training. What was your experience there? What did you think of all that?
I think it was great. Everything that we went through when we started the process, I think it was very comprehensive of figuring out everything that was wrong with my body at the time, and kind of developing a program, tailored to me to get me back on track.
And now that's also when we introduced you to the foam roller.
Yes.
And what is it that you think of the foam roller?
I think the foam roller is great. That was one of the more immediate results that I've seen, doing like the piriformis rolls.
Piriformis being a hip muscle down side of the butt.
Yeah, I found that was one of the more immediate results that I saw.
Now, were you getting a little sciatic pain?
Yeah, it was kind of a pain and almost a numbness through my hip and down into all the way down to my knee during long car rides, and that was one of the things that I found that the foam roller helped almost immediately. I still get some pain, but I can drive for longer periods of time before I get any pain, and when I do have it, it's less. So I think that's been one of the most beneficial things that I started with.
All right, so now we're in our second month, and you've been doing your cardio and now you're working out and things like that. How are things going overall now? How's the back feeling?
Really good. I still get pain, but when it happens, it's less often and it's less severe and for shorter periods of time. So I can see some definite results.
So to anybody else out there who's been in a car accident or had an injury at work, having some back pain, and they're not sure what they should do for their next steps, but maybe they also, like you, haven't been diagnosed to go and see a physical therapist, what would you say to them?
I would certainly recommend seeking professional help. Always look for a second opinion. I wish I had done this, months ahead of time instead of, I feel like I've lost almost an entire year of my life to this pain. That maybe some of that could have been lessened if I had, if I had proper advice and I had sought this a little sooner. I think would have been better for me. But I certainly recommend, get a second opinion, get out there, see a physical trainer. Do what you can, look for yourself. You know what's best for your body, so get out there and look for some help.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people are in pain and don't have to be in pain. There's things you can do to get out of it. All right, Steve, man, thanks for sharing your good news.
Great, thank you.